Hello everyone, my name is Ven, your coach of the Roma Rotoms, and welcome back to another episode of the PSN League Season 6. Today we're going to be going over our Week 3 battle versus Shrub Vince, coach of the Super Shrubs Garden. Before we start, I'd like to apologize for the late upload. This video should have been up about 3 to 4 days ago. I was quite busy with schoolwork this week, and that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's get to looking at the matchups. Now, what we've got here is a pretty decent team. Despite it having Magir and Afini Garchomp as its Fire, Water, Grass core, I say, yeah, that is a threatening Dragon Fairy Steel. Even though the Fairy type could be interchangeable with Magirna, but that's not the point. Um, his team is very well rounded, but we don't necessarily have a bad matchup against it. I would want to say, but well, let's just take a look at what we have prepped for him, because I have really nothing much else to say about this team. He's got a good Wish Passer and Alamamola, an interchangeable Fire, Water, Grass core, very interchangeable. He could swap out. It could be bulky or more bulky with Feeny and Alamamola. It could be offensive or bulky with Volcarona and Incineroar. He's also got a very fast pivoter in a fast and slow Volt Switcher in both Mega Manectric and Vikavolt. He's also got a U-turner in Meloetta, Volt Switch. He's got a lot of Volt Turn and momentum going. And there's surely some Pokemon that I missed, like Incineroar. I'm looking dead at it, and I never said it had U-turn, but whatever. Let's get on with our team because I'm headed off topic. Debuting this week, we have Coca-Cola Classic, the Archeops, holding a Groundium Z with the moves Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-turn, and Dragon Claw. This is pretty much to lure the Magirna in. Hopefully, if he has no other switch-ins, like if he brings the Aloe, this thing is completely fucking useless. But other than that, I could catch the Magirna off guard with a Z Earthquake. Z Earthquake pretty much does, with that base 140 attack stat, Z Earthquake does a lot to anything that wants to come in on it. And I am just now noticing that this thing has 60 EVs missing that I could have placed in HP. But whatever. We're going with this. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing it. I'm gonna do that. Wait. Alright, there we go. We have Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-turn, and Dragon Claw. Stone Edge, of course, for stab. We have no flying stab because we have an item, and my best flying move is Acrobatics. Dragon Claw is for coverage, mainly for the Garchomp. And U-turn is for fast pivot. And that's pretty much it. This is meant to be my lead for the team, just in case he leads Magirna, in case he leads like a rock setting Garchomp or something, Incineroar. Literally anything but Mega Manectric, I'm safe to stay in on if I lead, in the off chance that he leads Mega Manectric. Next up, we have Reactor, our Heatran, coming in for the third week in a row, holding a Choice Scarf with Lava Plume, Hidden Power, Ice, Earth Power, and Flash Cannon. This is Scarf Crept, I believe, to outspeed a Garchomp. It's either Garchomp or a base 100 mon. And this is Spadef Garchomp, so it could Heatran, so it could swallow up hits from the Magirna pretty well. It could swallow up hits from Manectric, which is mainly why I put it Spadef and a Troy Scarf. We also have I'm really out of it today. Vikavolt that gets hit hard by a Lava Plume. Meloetta may be a switch into me because it's got really high Spadef, especially with an AV, which I've seen him bring before in a previous league. It could be pretty threatening, regardless. So, other than that, this thing is meant to eat hits and do damage while being super fucking fast. Next up, we have Marks the Gligar coming in for a second week. with Eviolite and the ability Hyper Cutter. I'm glad I saw that. We have Taunt, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Roost. Taunt is for I gotta remember what this team is for. I literally just built this team, and Taunt is for the Alamomola on the switch into this thing, because I know when I bring this thing, he's gonna know that my only attacking move is Earthquake. So he's gonna bring in the Magearna, and not the Magearna, the Aloe, and I'm gonna be able to taunt it on the switch. So it won't be able to wish, and I could get a free switch into Tesla my Raikou, but I'll get into that later. Other than that, there could be a lot of other things I could taunt, like Magearna, God forbid its Trick Room. I could come in and taunt it because I outspeed it naturally. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, of course. The Feeny I could taunt on switch in. The Incineroar I could taunt on switch in just in case it wants to set up a Swords Dance on me or something, because I've seen that run before. But next mon is the most unaware name I can think of, the Clefable. With the leftovers and the ability Unaware, with Wish, Hidden Power Rock, Protect, and Moonblast. Hidden Power Rock is obviously for the Volcarona, with Wish, Protect for support on the team, and Moonblast for primary stab. Pretty much enough said for this thing, quite honestly. Raikou is Focus Sash with the ability Pressure, with the moves Psych Up, Thunderbolt, Extrasensory, and Hidden Power Rock. Now, my plan with this thing is to bring it in on a setup Volcarona, copy its stats, live on Sash, and then Hidden Power Rock it to death, and then reverse sweep his team. Which will be pretty cool if I can get the chance to do that. The Thunderbolt is for stab, and the Extrasensory is for coverage. Next up is Grass on the Shaman, coming for, I believe, a third week in a row. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Shaman is holding an Akaberry with the ability Natural Cure, with the moves Seed Flare, Hidden Power, Ice, Synthesis, and Air Slash. This is pretty much meant to come in on +1 Volcarona. No, not +1 Volcarona. No, it's meant to come in on... Yeah, it's meant to come in on a +1 Volcarona, Air Slash it to deal damage, and that's pretty much it, because Shaman's pretty much useless this battle, other than taking out the Alamomola, which is a threat to this team because of its wishing capabilities, with that 110 base HP. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, of course. And Feeny being able to defog my rocks away, because rocks are pretty useful this battle. As it could deal damage to an unboosted Volcarona. I could probably lure it in or something and deal some damage to it. And that's pretty much it for the team. So we've got 6 mons that I hope will work against Shrub. So we got Coca-Cola Classic, the Archeops, Reactor the Heatran, Marks the Gligar, the most unaware name I could think of, the Clefable, Tesla the Raikou, and Grass on the Shaman. Hopefully my Raikou tech works. I want my Raikou tech to work so badly. You don't even know. Alright, thanks guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode where we actually fight Shrub. See you guys then.